Yo, guys. What was your favorite cartoon crush? Cartoon crush. My first crush was my babysitter. Ooh, I had feelings for her. I was like, mind you, I was 8, and I didn't see nobody else. Like me, I'm just very, not closed in. I was just like, I don't. It's not like I didn't touch grass often. I did. I'm not a very active person anyway. But my second crush was when I watched. I think I was in seventh grade when I watched. Um, when I watched. When I watched Princess Mononoke. She was so not aggressive. That's not the word. So sure of herself. She had so much confidence. Just as a simple person who was protecting the forest. And it seems like, yo, she has so much confidence just doing this. Yeah, she might be confrontational to the other main character, the guy, but it's like, dude, she doesn't know you from a doornail to a door stop. Like, what should you expect? And then it's like, that was one. My next one was Cora. Cora was cool, but she was confident. She was well built, you know. But her change. Then I started realizing, right, this is not a crush. This is more of a respect thing because Cora. I know everyone. Oh, Cora, she's fake. She can't fight. This and that. Third. People don't really like her. Like Sakura and Hinata. I'm not Hinata. Sakura and Hikura are the most undisliked characters of. Sakura's a little bit more disliked because she's just like cat attacks an orphan, but it's just like, what more do you want, right? Because it's like, don't you feel like Sakura as a kid, one, she was a kid when she did that, but anyway, and two, it's just like Sakura wasn't really written in row, like she wasn't written to be. I mean, Kishimoto like came out and said I didn't really like Sakura as a character, but like I drew her anyway. She could have replaced her with somebody else, but I have no idea. But Korra, back to Korra, my fault. Go back to Korra. I was sorry for the rant. Back to Korra. Korra is a little stubborn and a little. She's like she goes straight through something, right? She goes like straight attack something, very straightforward. Not straightforward, but like here. She goes to attack somebody, right? She attacked Amon with all Willie. Oh, I'm an avatar. I could do this. Then when she almost got her bending taken away, she was like, "Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. This is scary." And I'm like, "Oh, that vulnerability of like, okay, this is actually serious, bro. This is actually a guy who can take my bending away and hurt me. I need my bending to be the avatar, right?" Now she's realizing like she doesn't need her bending to be the avatar. She is the avatar regardless, right? So after through her journey, it's just like you see her change so often, right? She changed from finding Amon to finding Unalak. Unalak, she trusts Unalak because she's like he's teaching her how to spirit bend, and then Unalak wasn't the best villain. He was like the dark Avatar, which is like Avatar can also be dark too. Like I don't really understand why they had to have two different forces, but anyway, but you see her change to all her villains, and she even seeks advice from the other villain. What's his name? The change villain. Season 3 villain. She seeks advice from him. And he also changes too. But it just seems like I don't know, but my next woman crush is Hinata. My next woman crush is Hinata. because Hinata is just so cute. She's shy. Like that was my. I would think that was before. No, Momonoke was before. Then in high school, it was Hinata. Hinata was so. Hinata was so cute, shy little girl. It was a little annoying that she couldn't really tell Naruto how she felt until the pain arc. But then I realized, well, this is like a person who's like introverted. I'm outgoing. I'm an ambivert, right? I could be outgoing and introverted. Yet, whatever. And it's just like so. It just felt so, you know, relieved. It was kind of out of my type of character I would like, the type of girl character I would get into in the first place. Because it's not only that she's quiet, she's very reserved. You know, she don't really show her she until Boruto, like until she gets to Boruto, gets her a little bit of emotion in it, right? You see her get her like little emotion. She gets mad at Naruto. She gets mad at she gets mad at Naruto. She gets mad at Boruto, mad at Naruto and Boruto for making a mess in the kitchen. And she just says, "Hey, you guys can go out to eat or go out to do something because this ain't it. This ain't it. You're doing a lot too much." So yeah. I think I think that was my last until Shameless. Until I watched Shameless. No, Game of Thrones. Okay, the Game of Thrones I watched before Shameless. Um, Game of Thrones. My woman question in Game of Thrones was Daenerys. Because again, I'm going back to the confidence, right? The confidence she had, and she's learning how to basically be Khal Drogo's wife, and and she gains his respect. You know, she's like very like she's not like really aggressive like Korra and Persona Mononoke is, right? She's not aggressive in that way, or she's not very. And back to Princess Mononoke in a minute. Um, she was actually very vulnerable too when she starts realizing she can't beat this entity, this demon, without the other main character, right? She realizes like, hey, I need help, or like I need somebody to assist me, all right? And I don't really remember Princess Mononoke well. I just remember it was about environment, Christ, not about Christ himself directly, but like when they say the Christ-like figure or the good spirit, it's like that's kind of like he's walking on water. You kind of get that Christ feeling, but it's like she had help. She would never, and she's bad at interacting with people who were using and then like in the and just trying to be industrious, and then she was like, oh, why are you being industrious in the forest? Why can't you go somewhere else? Mind you, these guys were lepers, and yeah. So back to Daenerys. Daenerys was like, I see her just. I'm watching it now. I'm watching Game of Thrones now, but I watched it before. But when I watched it before, she was kind of building up to be this character was slow, not slowly. When she was like first introduced, right? She was kind of like, oh, this is sorry. This was like her first introduction was kind of like, okay, she's quiet, Sansa, she's being manhandled by her brother. Like, oh, I'll let Khal Drogo's men just have their way with you. I'm like, bro, that's your sister. Like, this is how, this is how I could tell he was never meant for the throne because he wasn't really thinking logically. Like, he's like, first of all, who didn't it? Khal Drogo's not gonna be loyal to you. He's gonna be loyal to his wife. And I know he gets killed later on, but like Varys was never meant to be king or even get close to the king to the throne at all because it's like he was so like miss just use my sister for this clout. I mean, use my sister for this clout, and it's just like he's not doing anything. Like he didn't come up with plans. He's not coming up with scenarios, whatever. But Varys wasn't my pick for the throne anyway. You know. But those are my woman crushes. What are some of your cartoon and woman crushes? All right, peace.